Alright, this computer came in for a diagnostic. The customer said it was working fine one night, and then the next night, or the next morning when they went to go turn it on, nothing. So, let's do kind of a full diagnostic, see what's going on here. When this came in, it was quite filthy. The office manager was able to get it cleaned up a little bit. Just some cosmetic stuff on it. You can see there's something on the screen. We got a crack over here. Huh? No, it's not on the screen. It's on the bezel. The back seems to be holding together just fine. Alright, so let's... That DC jack is in there. We do get a power light. We get... So that lights up. And when I looked at it at the counter, the cap locks started flashing. And there it goes. So, usually on HP laptops, when your cap lock starts flashing, it's either the CPU or it's the memory. So, let's take a look, see what we got here. Alright, Emily. This thing's got a nice little SSD in it. Pull out our memory. Make sure there's nothing crazy going on with it. And we will test one memory stick at a time to see if one of the memory sticks failed. Alright, we got flashing again basically immediately. It could also be a bad BIOS battery, I suppose. Not 100% sure. So it's seen better days, but it's also seen worse days. Give it one more quick power on here. Removing this memory. Now, depending on what series this is, this might actually have a removable CPU, so we could, in theory, test that. So we still have it. So we're looking at something with the motherboard. Wait, stop flashing? Thought this was going to post for a second. Let's take a look at what we got underneath here. So this is an HP ProBook 450 G2. And I guess let's talk about a little bit how to get this apart. These are designed to be relatively repairable for IT departments. Start by, we're going to remove the battery. We're going to unlock it. We're going to eject the battery. I mean, you can see like the kind of shape this thing was in. It wasn't in great shape. So one screw gets unscrewed there, and then this whole panel slides off, and then it gives you access to a bunch more screws. This. Again, more access to stuff. Let's remove as many like components as we can without actually like taking this apart all the way. Because maybe it's one of these components causing a fault. This is a Western Digital little SSD. They do fail, but they don't fail often. Alright, we're going to test each component after we remove it. We're going to put some memory back in there. Let's see if we get the same thing. I think we're going to. Yep. Same flashing. Okay, next. Wi-Fi card. I know it sounds crazy, but I've seen Wi-Fi cards kill computers. Very, very rare, but, you know, it can happen. Same thing. It's very strange to me that the fan just spins up after a second. I'm just gonna post now? Like, you guys... Yeah, I know it's getting power. Like, I know you guys don't know what this smells like, but this laptop smells terrible. Every time it starts, the fan starts up and starts spinning. It just... Oh, it's just such a terrible smell. Alright. It smells bad, Emily. We're gonna put gloves on. Alright, so with this laptop, once you have that bottom panel off, this panel that was sit here just pulls straight off, and it gives you access to all of the screws. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to look for anywhere we have this symbol here, which is just a little keyboard symbol. Let's see if I can get a little bit up close view. I know I've showed you guys this in the past. But that symbol right there means keyboard. That means, hey, there's a screw holding the keyboard in. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove all of those. Set those off to the side so we can then remove the keyboard and get access to the top of the motherboard without having to take this all the way apart. And then make sure that you get them all and you don't just yank. Because if you do that, then you're kind of screwed. Alright, so we got 3. Let's flip this over. And then same as usual, it's either going to be along the top. Yep, you're just going to put a little pressure along the top. The whole keyboard should shift. And then we're going to open this up. Keyboard should come right out. Now, this being a ProBook, it means it uses a little bit different, uses a little bit different screw heads. These actually use Torx screws. So if we want to get it apart more than where we are now, which we definitely do, we need to remove this screw to remove the CD-ROM. We're going to need the proper screwdriver. Like 9 times out of 10, like I recommend using an iFixit kit if you have one. It's going to have what you need. Alright, now as far as these screws, we're going to take out all of the Phillips heads. And what I like doing is I like taking the screws and putting them with the panel that they were underneath. So that way when it comes time to put it back together, you have a general idea of what goes where. Alright, so what size Torx are these going to be? These going to be TR10s? Yes, they are. Nope, they are not. They have, TR9s. Yep, these are TR9s. Alright, so TR9. TR9. And then underneath the CD-ROM, there's also going to be some... That's not coming out. That's unfortunately cross-threaded or broken. So underneath the DVD-ROM, there's some small screws that we will set off to the side. 2, 3. Under the battery, there's some screws that roll along the top. Keep those 1, 2, 3. And in addition to that, there's 2 more screws actually in the compartment with that. And again, I recommend just putting them with the battery. I have the battery right up here. Yes, it is possible that I will vomit. The smell on this is actually terrible. Okay. Now, as far as remaining screws, that should be all of the screws from down here. And then we have under the keyboard. I mean, to give you an idea of how dirty this is, that is dust. Vertically stacked dust under the keyboard. Like, whew. 3 screws holding the keyboard in. Right over there. Alright, and then underneath here, we're also going to have a few more screws. Again, staying with that same theme. The Torx. Alright, and once that's done, we are going to remove these connectors, get them unplugged. And then we have some ribbon cables. Just get them unplugged. Unplugged. And unplugged. Alright. Now, this should come apart. Please let there be no roaches. That's all I'm asking for. No roaches, please. Alright. Figure out where the seam is for this. If it is a top seam, is a bottom seam. So it looks like it's gonna, this laptop separates where the silver and the black meet. So, like, this is where we're going to go along and gently get this thing popped apart. Then again, that could be wrong. Oh, there it goes. So the top of this is going to come off. That's a toenail. Come on, people. Oh, ugh, the smell is just so, like, it's overpowering once you get in here. Alright, let's set that over there. Ugh. I just want to take a giant scrub brush to this. It's just so bad. Ugh. The alcohol hit it quite quickly. That's fun. Alright, one of the things I wanted to look at is this hinge is no longer working correctly. Neither is this one. The hinges themselves are broken. Oh, what are we talking about? Alright, now we're going to remove the motherboard. How many screws we're going to have? We have one. I'm not sure where you're talking about specifically. But like... This is just... absolutely filthy. Oh. Yeah, it's just freaking black. There's nothing up here. This is just, there's a hinge, and then this is part of the case. We're going to find that out once we get this apart. So we got 2 screws out. Let's see if there's... It doesn't look like there's any more over there. We need to... This disconnected. This disconnected and unplugged. Oh yeah, this thing reeks, man. And then once we have all the screws off, we just got to get this cable disconnected, which should just pull straight out, and then it gives us access to this, and then we can take a look at this board. I mean, you can see this was clean when I started. Yeah, that's what's caked in there. Ugh. Yeah, it's bad. Like, I don't understand how people let their computers get like this. Alright. Right now, that's neither here nor there. So. It's like the smell has been absorbed into this case. Because, like, even bringing the case close to my face, it's terrible. Alright, I want to check this CPU. It is not a user replaceable CPU. That looks fine. Alright. So let me pull out this goes like this. I'm gonna give this just a gentle, where are my brushes? Fault before? Yes, they did. Let's give this Just a little bit of a clean. Just in case we have something bridged from dirt and grime or whatever. And then just doing this is enough to break any of that bridging. So just a little bit of isopropyl alcohol. Where are my paper towels? Ended up in a drawer. Sorry. Just a little bit of padding. You don't want to drag. You just want to dab gently. Because if you drag, there's a chance that you rip some of these components off of the motherboard. Yeah, this thing's turning colors quite quickly. And this side of the board is actually fine, coincidentally, because it's not where the keyboard is. Just a quick, like a cursory glance. Everything looks fine. I'm not seeing any clearly damaged components. Only thing I do, I'm going to check the BIOS battery voltage, which, I mean, could do it. And we're also going to check these ports. They look rusted. Alright, let's see if we got a little bit of rust over here. I mean, you can see, like, basically immediately, as soon as I spray a liquid down here, like, stuff just starts floating everywhere. Well, just a little bit of a brush on there actually helped quite a bit. Alright, let's check this. We're going to check the BIOS battery voltage. I mean, you can see every time I lift this thing, I get stuff like this everywhere. We have 2.8. Which is a little bit low. Let me see if I have one here. I need to order some. I was running low last time. I only had like 3 or 4 left. Oh, I already did. 1.5, that's garbage. 3. New battery. Oh, new battery put in there. Let's see if that fixes it. Alright, let's take a second, get this kind of reassembled. I'm going to gently go over this, the other side of the board as well with the alcohol on a brush, just to see if we can't shake anything else loose. You think you're funny, don't you? Like, you think that you are the funniest human being alive right now. All right. Let's just do this side. Oh, wrong one. Oh, that one. Alright. I'm just gonna, again, quickly just go over everything. Break up any possible bridging that might be happening, and then we're going to partially reassemble. But I am going to quickly turn my compressor on and blow out this fan. Huh. I just found something possibly. Get a better look at it here. What is this? What is... I don't see any... Oh, I do. So, we just found something. So, that could be what is going on. And you can see just all of the crap on this board. Alright, this is going to be... It's going to be a short thing. I'm not putting a lot of time into this. We're going to check for some shorts, because this is a very inexpensive computer at this point. Alright, we're going to go to ground. Go to ground. So our scorch mark is here, which is that pin, which is goes to ground. The question is, should that go to ground? What it is on the ground wire, so something more than likely shorted to ground. I wonder if it's this. Let's see what I just found. Yeah. Let's check this. So that's a piece of aluminum glitter. What are the odds that this person shorted their laptop with glitter? You're plugged in. All right, here we go. CPU fan spun up. Ooh. We got something, boys. So we have that same... We're looking at right here. So this looks like it's coming through the other side of the board. Unless it's this chip. Yeah, so it's saying it's... This is getting much higher. That's a resistor. It is not a MOSFET. It's an R15 that's right there. So that's a resistor, right? R15? I don't know. I don't know how much time on it. Like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on this. So it's this thing. What kind of voltage are we looking at there? .7. 1.7. So we're seeing a steady 1.7 volts across it. Yeah. So that's at 42. And that's directly on the opposite side of this. So actually, where that is there. So is it, am I seeing heat there? Alright. So no. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna remove this. Wait, which thing is it? Wait, it's this resistor. This is the hotspot on this side of the board. But this is like radiating. It's lower on this side than it is on the other. Yeah, I think it's that. I still haven't got my reflow station. It's in transit still. So let's see if it's that. Alright, yeah, I got another motherboard here. It has one on it. Let's go ahead and desolder that. My hand is so sticky. So this is an R15 425 T2. That. Use some genuine Amtech flux. So this is on a donor board. And then we're going to use some low melt solder on this. Yeah. And we got that removed. Alright. Part off. That's on the donor. And the part we're going to remove is... Ooh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually see this on here. That. So, same thing. Be careful. Going to start by adding some low melt solder. It's heating up quite nicely across there. Okay. We're going to gently heat this up. I'll lift that one side. I'm going to do this left-handed. Go. Immediately starting to get the same hot spot, but hey, look at that. We are now posting. So there we go. Now we'll put this thing back together. So the problem was this guy. So this resistor here, little guy, stopped the whole computer from booting. Well, let's get this put back together, and we will get it all tested. Like I said, I'm willing to bet that the actual problem was that glitter that I found, seeing as it's metal glitter. Bully for you. All right. Hey, thanks for watching that video. If you liked that video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And I stream daily on Twitch at twitch.tv/SpecVengeance. And yeah, if you want to learn more about my services, check out Bradenton PC Repair.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.